Hi, welcome to our YouTube channel. We are living in Portugal and I'm making this video for anyone who wants to move to Portugal but is scared of moving here because of the language barrier. Or if you're living in Portugal, you've tried learning the language and have slowly given up. I was the latter, not because I didn't try. Very soon after we arrived in Portugal and we had this piece of land, one of our neighbors, who is a foreigner too and learned the language very well, gave me this recording, this Michel Thomas method of learning Portuguese. Their lessons are planned in a way that you don't need textbooks, you don't need homework, you don't need to memorize anything. You just have to be relaxed while listening to the tapes. And I was making a very good improvement. The way they teach you is there's two students and a teacher, and you are listening to everything. And then when the teacher says, how do you say that? You pause, you think about it, and you say it aloud, and then you hear the other two students' version, and then the teacher's version, and then some native Portuguese speaker. So you hear it in a lot of different ways, and then at last you hear the way it's supposed to be said. And what I found that's really important, which helped me actually start and say, okay, I can do this, is that they mentioned that there's over thousands of words that are linked to the English language too. And once you know those words, you have a vocabulary of 2,000 plus words that you already know. For example, like a lot of words that end in T-I-O-N, like communication, you drop the T-I-O-N and you put C-A-O. Now, I don't know how they say them in Portuguese, C-A-O, but you say it sound. So communication is comunicação. And there's a lot of words like this. There's a lot of words that end in, for example, T-Y, city. You take off the T-Y and put D-A-D-E. So city is now cidade. And there's a lot of words. There's over 2,000 words that are like this. So once you get to know the ending and what you should change them to, your vocabulary has already expanded by a ridiculous amount. And this is just changing letters of words you already know. So all you have to do is learn those last letters. I found this fantastic.
Just remember that when you're learning a language, it's always good to, as well as the lessons that you're taking, you combine them with reading a book or reading a newspaper, something you enjoy, something that you are into, listening to the radio, listening to the news, listening to music, and also speaking to your neighbors and going out to the shops and practicing, because the more exposed you are to a language, the faster you're going to learn it.
Since Portuguese and Brazilian Portuguese are so similar, and it's just the pronunciation and a few words are different, but the pronunciation is very different. So if you learn Brazilian Portuguese, you are not learning European Portuguese, and you're making it much harder on yourself. And we found that a lot of these apps that you download are Brazilian Portuguese, so you have to be careful what you're downloading. And Michel Thomas is European Portuguese, so you can't go wrong with that. There's another plane there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a huge fire just a couple of miles away, and the planes are flying overhead. Molly is in charge of the sky. Yes, so Molly is in charge of the sky, but they are in charge of the fire, and they're doing a very good job.
I know, Molly. Did you tell Daddy about the plane? I know.
So now I was equipped with this Michel Thomas, and I was listening to it whenever I could. When I was gardening, when I was walking, and I was answering everything she wanted me to say, and I thought I was doing a very good job of it. And I actually got to the advanced Michel Thomas, and I was breezing through it, saying the answers out loud, and I was saying them pretty well. And then I went to visit our neighbor just up the hill, just a 5-minute walk to his house. An 85-year-old Portuguese guy. I've had a couple of talks with him in the past, but then I decided, okay, now I've really gotten much better. I think I can go there and have a conversation. I couldn't be more wrong. Okay, then you realize how little you know when you start speaking to a Portuguese guy, especially when they do not slow down and their dialect is very different. Then I kind of lost heart. I thought I was doing so well already at the advanced stage, and I couldn't even speak. I couldn't even say anything to him. I couldn't answer what I thought I knew, and I was trying to listen out for words that I know when he was talking, but as soon as I try and say, okay, maybe I know that word, he's already finished that sentence, he's on to the next subject. That was very disheartening. As sweet as they were, I was trying to nod in the right places. I wasn't understanding a word they were saying, and yeah, it was quite hard to have a conversation with them because they wouldn't, with him and his wife, because they wouldn't slow down, thinking that I'm understanding more than I actually am. And I kind of gave up. Then COVID happened, so I stopped visiting them. I don't go anywhere, so Luke goes places, so his Portuguese is very good. But I'm on the land. I choose not to go anywhere because I love the land so much. But I don't meet anyone, and the only people who come to visit me speak English anyways. But we are in Portugal, and I have tried to make an effort, which brings me to why I'm making this video, because now I got a new look on it. I'm not very good at languages, and I find it very hard to, even though I know the words, they're somewhere locked up inside my bloody head, and it seems like I don't know how to get them out again when I need them. I know they're there. If someone tells me this word, they say the word, I know what it means, but then I can't even think of the word to say it. I kind of gave up on Portuguese, but a couple of weeks ago I came across this YouTube channel, Portuguese with Leo, and he is the reason why I'm picking up Portuguese again and why I made this video, so you do not give up when you're in the middle of learning Portuguese in Portugal or you're thinking about coming here. So this Leo guy started these lessons for people like me who are in Portugal and who don't get to hear Portuguese spoken slowly. Now, Leo talks about everyday conversations that we might need and everyday things that we might need while living in Portugal. He talks about nice places to visit, and he's also spoken in one of them about mental health and how good learning a language is for your mental health. And this is another reason why I decided to pick up Portuguese again. But the other reason is because while he was speaking in this 15-minute video, I understood about 60% of what he said. Now, I had no idea I knew that much of the language. I was so happy when I realized that I can do it too. And so now I've picked it up again. So thank you, Leo, for making me want to learn Portuguese again, because I can't rely on Luke all the time. At some point he's not going to be with me. I don't mean that in a bad way, but I mean, if I have to go out without him, then he's not going to be there. And so I do have to know the language. If you are looking into Portugal and you're just scared of the language, just forget about the language. Once you're here, and then you will pick it up. If you're going to the shops and you're speaking to people and you're meeting neighbors, now we're a bit cut off, so even the other the neighbor I was speaking about, to stay walking to his place, it's not next door to us. You know, we have a big piece of land now, which I love. But when we first moved here and we were looking at land still, we had rented out a place in a small village, and the women took a liking. Well, they like everyone. They're really, really friendly people here in Portugal. And every time we go out for a walk, they would just stop and they want to talk to me, and they want to just, even though I spoke no Portuguese, it made me want to go back and look up certain words, and I would speak about it the next day with them. So if I had kept doing that, so if you move to Portugal and you live in a village, this is what will happen, and you will really pick up the basics very, very fast. So if you're letting that stop you, don't, because it's a beautiful country with amazing people. And why wouldn't you learn the language? Whenever Luke and I have traveled a lot, and whenever we went anywhere, we would learn the numbers. We would learn hello and thank you and please. These are the most important things. And if you know these, in Portugal, they're pretty happy with you for the first couple of months, you know, that you're trying to make an effort. So it's just a couple of words, and it can make all the difference. This is what I wanted to get across in this video. You shouldn't give up, and learning a language is very, very good for you, and Portugal is awesome, so don't let the language discourage you. Because if I can do this, and if I can learn Portuguese, then so can you. I am going to put the link in the description below of Leo, because he really changed the way I'm feeling about Portuguese right now. I will also put the name Michel Thomas. I don't have a link, but at least you can look it up if you're interested. These lessons are really very good. And good luck if you decide to learn Portuguese, or if you are learning Portuguese and you're on this journey with us. And if this video was useful to you or encouraged you in any way, please leave a message in the comments below. Your comments help us show up on the YouTube algorithm too. And if you have watched till here, thank you very much, because our audience retention would look really good. So if this Off-Grid in Portugal channel is for you, then you can subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified every time we put on new content and you don't miss out. And also, Smash that like button if you liked this video. All this helps us grow. Thank you for listening, and a huge thank you to our patrons. Your love and support is much needed, and have a great day.